everybody. Hello. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show, weekly rock news outlet. Thanks a lot for the Spotniks for opening up the show. Very groovy indeed, aren't they? From Sweden, of course. Yeah. Of course they're from Sweden. They're the Spotniks. Yeah. So that was very cool. But yeah, Rock and Roll Geezer Show here. I'm your host, Murph. And yeah, this week we got the usual array of crazy cool stories. Gene Simmons in the news. Good old Gene can't stay out of the news. Uh, a lot of confusion going on with the band Journey. We're gonna sort of look into that because that's pretty bizarre stuff going on there. And I'll tell you, the Sphere, the concert venue in Las Vegas, they're keeping really busy, which I imagine they have to since it cost them over $1 billion. So we're keeping busy. We'll talk about that. Legendary, yeah, popular pop star, yeah, got attacked in concert. Discuss that a little bit here. Doggone it, another R.I.P. It's coming weekly now at this point, but it is what it is when you're a geezer. It happens. And a certain band got a certain star at a certain Hollywood Walk of Fame. We'll talk about that a little bit. But got to do with my co-host there, Doc Vox. What's shaking there, Doc, in Aurora, Illinois?
Doing so damn good. Man, I love this weather, man. I love fall time, love it all, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, good little array of stories this week, and back in the cave now since the weather's cooled down, so I have the same old lighting issues and everything. So
Sure.
we'll deal with that. If you ever decide to do something like this, folks, just let you. There's a lot of technical things you don't even think about. You got to mess with all the time. But yeah, whatever. We enjoy bringing it to you, and hopefully it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
But for this first story, we got to get in Gene Simmons.
Where
Good
is he
old
there?
Gene.
Yeah. Oh, Gene. Where is he? There he is. Gene Simmons. Well, he's a well-known curmudgeon, if you will, a financial curmudgeon and whatnot. Gets a buck out of everything he can. Well, recently he was driving his car witnesses report, according to Access TV, they reported seeing Simmons's SUV veer across multiple lanes before striking a parked vehicle. Wow. Authorities investigating the incident believe Simmons may have experienced a medical episode, such as fainting or a brief loss of consciousness while driving, potentially linked to dehydration or recent medication adjustments. Ouch. Chris Basis transported to a nearby hospital for observation as a precautionary measure. And here's where the fun begins. First off, yeah, let's find where. I found a car. I found a car he was driving. It's pretty
Oh,
messed up.
nice.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that great? Yeah. There you go. There it is. He's driving that and smashed it. I don't know what he did. He would no doubt it was Shannon's car though. Apparently, it was Shannon's car, so we messed up Shannon's car, I think. But both Simmons and his wife Shannon Tweed have stated that he is recovering well, is in good condition, and already has resumed light work duties at home. Oh, caramba! Well, it wasn't. He doesn't drink or do drugs or anything.
Right.
Apparently, I imagine it's true with him. He
I'm
seems
sure
like
it's true.
he
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
bullshit.
have no doubt. Yeah.
So I would have to think it's got to be a medical or if he's taking
Right.
meds and did an adjustment or something. Who knows? So that's what do you
Well,
think
they're saying
about
it was
that?
kind of a combination between that and the dehydration. So between it all, he just kind of blacked out, and he kind of made light of it. So yeah, I'm all right. I'm just a lousy driver. I don't know, something along those lines. You probably got the exact quote there, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of making a quote. But what I got a kick out of was, did you see Paul Stanley's response?
No.
So TMZ stops Paul Stanley, right, and asks him about it. And of course, Stanley, he's always over the top of everything. He's lucky to be alive. It's like, nothing happened. It has a little fender bender. It's a miracle he's alive. Oh my God.
Uh, well, and then of course people make fun of it, and the headline I'm looking at here from Rock Celebrities is Gene Simmons reacts to fans mocking him for quote monetizing his hospital visit after his car accident. And what it was somebody made a meme. Of course, I should have picked it up, doggone it. The meme depicts a humorous exchange between Simmons and a nurse during his hospitalization after a car crash that had occurred. In the meme, a nurse tells Gene Simmons, "Mr. Simmons, you're lucky to be alive." To which the caricatured Gene Simmons responds, "Great, that will be $20,000 for the meet and greet." And then, rather than take offense, Simmons embraced the joke with good humor. "Oh, I love this cartoon," he says. "Ain't it the truth?" He doesn't care. He doesn't
20 might be a
care.
little steep. Probably 12.5. Like he had the roadie situation. Yeah, probably about
Oh
12.5 on
boy.
that.
But yeah, because of course, he monetizes everything. Of course, I think the most outrageous thing was the coffin, the Kiss coffins.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that really was holy schmokeums. But yeah, so he makes fun of everything. But yeah, I would think
That's
it's
what
his.
Dimebag Darrell went in, a Kiss coffin, man.
Oh,
So,
did he?
yeah,
No, wait. Did he
yeah,
really?
oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, but that good for him. But geez, what is he, 76 or whatever? They're getting
76, yeah.
they're getting up there, doggone it. So maybe he should have Shannon drive from here on in or something. And he says he's a
Oh,
poor driver. And he says he's a bad driver. For shame, for shame. A dude, actually admitting to being a bad driver. Cripes Almighty, man. I'm like Dale Earnhardt when I get on I-80, crying out loud, man. Going to the Kiss concert, woohoo! Remember, I got a ticket on I-88, doing 77 in a 45 work zone. But yeah, everybody's saying, "Oh my God, he mow over people." No, it was on Thanksgiving, and it's 3 lanes, of course, each way, huge wide road, and nobody's working, nobody's around. It was wide open. So, of course I do 77 everywhere else on I-80. Why wouldn't I do it here? There's nobody around except for that cop right around the corner
right.
sitting there. And that's the thing about state troopers. I've talked my way out of tickets left and right when it comes to town cops and county cops. But when you get stopped by a state trooper, just follow the book. Don't try and argue. Don't try and you're not getting out of a ticket with a state trooper. They have zero tolerance. Zero. They don't. Sorry, you're getting. He gave me a little break. He
Yeah,
didn't get.
I would say in my exchanges with the state troopers, that's been the case. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he
Yeah.
did cut me a break though, because I was so well mannered and whatnot. He didn't give. He just gave me 77 and a 45. He didn't give me
Right.
77 and a 45 work zone since there was
Right.
nobody there. So he cut me. It was still like almost $200 ticket, but at least. So yeah, Gene. Just the fact that he's admitting that he's a poor driver. I'm saddened.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
saddened.
he came up in New York. He probably didn't drive a whole lot there, and being a rock star, probably not much of a need. But so yeah, he probably hasn't had a whole lot of
We
experience.
spent our youth on the back roads, slipping and sliding
yeah.
around curves, learning how to drift and stuff. Yeah. You keep it. You keep your city boy driving skills, pal. Out here in the country, we dig it. And
I was thinking though, wouldn't it be horrible if that's how he went?
oh, God.
Like just some blackout in the car, and like Paul Stanley said, he's lucky he survived. Maybe what if he did survive?
Well, it's the same thing. Randy Macho Man Savage, he was out with his wife, and apparently though he had a heart attack, but yeah, crashed into a tree and boom.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right though. Hang in there, Gene. Whatever it is, doggone it. Don't let that happen.
You want to try to go out like Ozzy, man. That's the way to go out.
Ozzy,
But, yeah.
and you know what? I'm thinking about using for the beginning next week's show. I found it. It's a great great video of Lemmy's the second half of his last song ever played live.
Okay.
And it's unbelievable, dude. Wow. Yeah. So I got to work, but and he went out. Lemmy's like Ozzy. I mean, he went out like he wanted to. Bam, rocking to the last. Wow. So yeah, these guys know how to get her done. Okay, let's move on though, because this is disturbing. Anything about Journey at this point is disturbing, right? There they are, right there. Jonathan Cain. What's his name? Brain freeze. The
Neil
guitar is.
Schoen's looking like I don't know, Liza Minnelli or something there, man. What is
Isn't that great?
he?
Yeah. Hello, Broadway.
Life
Liza
is a
Minnelli.
cabaret, old chum. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
isn't he? Holy cow.
Yeah,
Oh, just a little bit more work, and yeah, he can get
yeah,
the Liza look.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, how exciting. Cabaret indeed. The top hat. Oh my gosh. But in any case, getting back to the general thrust of the story, which the first thing that came out was that Jonathan Cain, keyboardist, right here, was going to quit. He's quitting Journey. And actually, that came out. Neil Sean actually reported that he was quitting Journey to, let me see. Where is it?
To pursue his ministry.
Pursue. He wants
Yes.
to do his ministry, and then he later.
Not the band ministry. He's not joining up with what's his
Oh,
face now.
yeah,
Jorgensen was his
Jorgensen.
name.
Yeah. Too many tattoos and weird shit going on there. But the guitarist later clarified that Jonathan will still tour with Journey for the foreseeable future. John is still playing, Sean wrote. He's saying at the end of 26, 27, he will move on. We will have a great couple of years. Man, the animosity between them two must just be so thick. I mean, it's like, yeah, no, don't. Why would Sean do that? Wouldn't he call
I'll
Jonathan?
go on and
Hey,
I'll tell you why.
hey, do you mind, Jonathan, if I post that you're going to be leaving out? Oh, okay, O'Neill. I guess that's right. Instead, he just posts, he's out of here. Goodbye. What do you think about that?
Well, and then Jonathan Cain comes back and says, "No, I'm not quitting Journey." So
Gosh,
you got the story there.
Yeah, exactly. He has shot down as inaccurate reports that he had announced his departure from the band. Uh, uh, of course, Neil Shonda, he's the one who posted it, but really, so he must want him gone. But he posted on his doohickey, I'm nowhere near done. Journey has so much more life ahead. I'm sure we'll have a great tour. Yeah, I feel that last sentence was a bit of animosity or mockery. I'm sure we'll have a great tour. Yeah, sure. So I don't know. These guys are all out of their freaking
So see what he
minds.
says. Jonathan Cain goes on, talks about he's going to be with Journey for at least a couple more years, right? Something along
Well,
those
he
lines.
says he at the end of 26 and 27 he will move on. But
Okay.
let me see. Are
So
there?
they're saying the same thing. That's what Neil Schoen said too. He's looking at 26, 27. This is going to be like the last couple. I think
But-
Neil's taking the angle, the marketing angle. This is the last couple of years. Jonathan's going to be with the band. Get out and get a ticket and see the band. I think that's the angle he's taking.
Well, I believe the first tweet he said was Jonathan Cain's leaving the band. Boom. I think he had to clarify later on after
Right.
26. And
Right.
so, the first tweet was like, oh, he's done. Gone.
Right.
And then,
Yeah.
then the shit hit the fan. But it's like, wow, why would he post that without Cain's approval? It's just terrible.
I think
Goodness.
that's why he's just trying to say, okay, if he's leaving, hey, we got to get people out here to see him before he leaves. And I think that's the angle he's taking, to be honest with you. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, he's a devout born again Christian. Earlier this week, he announced a new solo single, "No One Else," written in honor of right-wing American activist and influencer Charlie Kirk, who was shot and killed earlier in September. Yeah, and him and his minister wife Paula White Cain, who became the first female clergy member to pray at a presidential inaugural following.
Wasn't she like spiritual advisor to Trump or something
And
like
she
that?
now serves as the first female primary spiritual advisor to a U.S. president.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a gig, man. Spiritual advisor, man.
Yeah. It's like remember back in the day, we did the Psycho Friends Network? Yeah, I remember that. We did the Psycho Friends Network. She's probably part of the Psycho Friends Network. I don't know. But, oh, well, good for him. He's got religion and whatnot. But it's sort of seedy for Sean to post that. Obviously, he didn't ask
Well, we
Ain't
know
about
he's
it.
all about the money. The stories that we've covered over the last few years, man. He's always,
Oh
So
boy.
I don't know. I think that's where his
I mean,
head's
well,
at. So,
remember they have publicly
and
feuded
well,
over.
right. Plus, two, he's probably ready to wipe his hands of the whole thing. To be quite honest, you know.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. And I'm surprised he's go do your ministry. If you've got the money to survive comfortably, who needs the hassle? Because yeah, they're never gonna
so
clean.
if he leaves, then you got what? It's just Neil is the only. Arnell would be the second in command, right? He would be the second
Wow.
in a tenure, I think, right? I
Holy
mean,
cow, you're probably right.
yeah,
You're probably
yeah.
right. Yeah. Gee, many
Oh
creepers.
my gosh.
What a mess. What an absolute mess. So, boy, oh boy. And of course, Sean, in the past, he's publicly voiced his opposition to having Journey's music associated with political or religious causes, which is actually a smart move in this day and age. My goodness. One wrong tweet, one wrong anything, and it goes viral and boom.
Yeah, but I don't know. Journey's pretty well established. I don't see their fans kind of swaying one way or the other on anything
Well,
like that. But
oh,
unless
yeah.
something real drastic comes out. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
boy.
Yeah, it's better to just leave that stuff alone.
Yeah, leave it be. Yeah, that's one of our uh, uh, main things is
Mantras, yeah.
no in the band, no politics. Jeez, we want to come and play music and have everyone enjoy. You
Yeah.
know, boy. Oh, also, yeah, Doc. You've heard of the Leaves, right? Hey, Joe.
Okay.
65.
All right.
There's your first punk song right there, man. You got to give it a listen. Unbelievable, mind blowing. Of course, Hey Joe was written by Billy Walden in '62. And then it was, of course, performed in '65 by the Leaves, which I've heard the version a million times on the AM radio back then. And then, of course, Hendrix did it. But there you go. There's your fast fact for today, man. Billy Barton. No, not Billy Barton. Billy Borton. Something like that.
The little midget from the old school fucking
I know. Hey,
like
Joe.
Wild Wild West shows and stuff.
Billy something. I can't remember. Oh, geez. I had it in my head, too, and now it's gone. So, in any case, there you go. Journey, they're going to keep gracing, I guess you will, the stages of the world with Jonathan Cain. Gosh, so much animosity. So hard for groups to keep their shit together when there's so many different egos and personalities and shit you got to deal with.
And that band is just, I mean, we've talked about them so many times. They're just so poorly run. They're just,
Oh,
I can't imagine how they function. It's just purely a business at this point. It's just,
yeah, but it's not a
yeah.
joyful business. Alice Cooper
No,
is
it's not.
Alice Cooper is a
No.
business, but he's they're all happy. They're all probably happy as
Well,
clams.
yeah, but you got to have the balance, You still got to be a
They don't
band
though.
and,
Journey,
have that
Journey,
camaraderie and all
they've
that.
been
but
out of
no,
whack.
no.
Journey's
Yeah.
been out of whack business wise.
Yeah.
So God bless it. Neil going on that $1 million spending spree. Not telling anybody. Yeah, that wasn't
Right.
real. That wasn't real fun. But here's what might be fun, Doc. Oh, how about that for a segue? Boom shakalaka. Oh, there's a Sphere, and look at there. No doubt is reuniting for a string of concerts at the Sphere. How about that? That's from the good people of USA Today, for crying out loud. So yeah, Vegas is about to get a whole lot more hella good. Oh, nice line there, people. And of course, they're a Grammy-winning, award-winning rock band fronted by Gwen Stefani. How about that? They're playing a series of shows at the Sphere next spring, and dig that, man. So yeah, a lot of bands doing residencies there. Oh, the limited residency, which kicks off May 6th,
Yeah, 6
2026.
shows. Yeah.
That's an exciting day, man. For me, that's the big 7-0. Wow.
Oh, yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
the big 7-0. on
Celebrate
that
by
day.
going to the Sphere and seeing No Doubt, man. There you go.
No doubt I won't, but
Nah. Yeah.
I'll just let it pass by. I'm not big on birthdays anymore, so it'll just go by. And
Oh, 70's a big window, man.
well, yeah.
That's almost old, man. That's almost getting old.
Oh, geez.
Be
God
that
bless.
as it may.
God bless
Yeah,
you.
no doubt. They got together for a Coachella last year. They hadn't played since 2015, which is when I saw them briefly at Riot Fest. They were
Okay.
playing the same time as the aforementioned Lemmy and Motorhead. So I took a
Oof.
quick little walk over there. I checked them out for 2 songs, and then back over to Motorhead. But
Back over to
what I
Lemmy.
saw was hey, high energy. It seemed like a good show. Seemed like she's doing all right. But yeah, they had that in Coachella, and then they did the remember they had the Fire Aid concert for the fires down in Malibu and that,
Right.
and none of that money ever got to anybody or whatever.
$10 million
But
and
anyway,
none of it went.
yeah, and the 100 million, I think it was 100, I don't know, whatever it was.
Oh,
But anyway, they played for that, so they're like, hey, time to do a more of a reunion, So they're
oh.
hitting the Sphere, and which is the way to go. I'm
It's,
sure they got an audience that they wanted to hit the road, but just hit the Sphere, do that,
yeah,
hang
yeah.
out for a couple weeks, knock out 6 shows, and
I mean, yeah, hang out at Vegas, got a nice room, same room every night. You're not moving. That's just got to be joyous. It's just like the Rush concert. They've doubled up the number of shows in each town.
I'm
Each
glad you
town has
mentioned that.
four
Yep, yep,
shows, and I
yeah.
looked into the price, and it looks like the cheapest seat's going to be about $300. And I'm sorry, I'm not that rich. I $300. Sorry, no, 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 no. You give me a cheap seat for $100, I'll
Unbelievable.
consider it. $300. That's what I heard, and I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, I
But
have no doubt. Yeah,
but I'm
I have no
sorry.
doubt.
No,
No doubt again.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. But it's just too damn expensive. I'm retired. I don't get a
Well,
raise
they know
anymore.
they'll get it. Rush has that
Oh
kind of
yeah,
audience. They have that kind. Yeah,
sure.
they'll get
Yeah,
it. So
yeah. Yeah. This geezer. I know. I don't. I'll look at the videos of the shows on YouTube
right.
because people will are recording them all the time. So yeah, yeah. So there you go. No doubt heading to the Sphere. That's just
Yeah,
yeah.
they're one of
That
them kind of bands. They come out that first album when they hit Tragic Kingdom. That's a pretty solid album, man. I got that one. I'll listen to that. But then after that, yeah, they start getting way too poppy and doing the
yeah.
hella good shit and all that and everything. But yeah, they got their fan base, so I'm sure they'll fill up the Sphere.
Yeah, yeah. Good for them, though. Yeah. And the bassist, Tony Canal, I can't wait to get on stage again with my bandmates. There is a beautiful energy that happens when we play together. An electricity I have felt through all our years. To be able to leave it all on this table, I keep going from accent to accent if you don't mind. To be able to leave it all on the table each night and take our fans on the insane journey that the Spear is about beyond our wildest dreams. So there you go, man. So yeah, yeah. How about that stuff? That's good for them, and that's all I got to say about that. All right, moving on. There's a pretty disturbing story. Where is she? Where is she? Right there. There she is. Billie Eilish yanked mid-concert. Sure enough, Billie Eilish was violently pulled at the barricade at a Miami show. This is from the Good People of Enemy. Yeah, footage of Billie Eilish being violently pulled at the barricade of her Miami show has been circulated on social media. She kicked off a 3-date stop at Miami's Kaseya Center, and wow, she goes down to the barricade and walks the barricade and slap hands and all this stuff. And while at the barricade for the song "Everything I Wanted," the singer was filmed being violently pulled into the crowd on 2 occasions.
Yeah.
First instance, Eilish was yanked into the crowd as she was attempting to brush her hands across the crowd, like you see them do. She managed to free herself with the help of security, who was seen pushing a crowd member away from her. What the hell? On the second occasion, Eilish fell into the crowd, causing security to rush in and locate the singer. It's unclear who pulled her in on both instances. So far, she's not commented on any of it. But yeah, in this day and age, Doc, I don't know. It's too crazy out there to get too close. What do you think about that?
I got a few things on this. One, I mean, it's cool. It's cool that she can do that. I've been out front, and Iggy Pop did that and stop. I had my arm around him. I mean, it was a thrill of a freaking, concert lifetime, And it's cool that she can do that for her fans, and she can trust her fans to do that and everything. But like you said, I mean, she got jerked pretty
Yeah.
violently, man. And I'm thinking, yeah, her fan base is young girls, and I'm sure not all these young girls are going to the show by themselves, and they may have an
They,
adult. They may have an adult, This adult might be Uncle Pervy. It might be Uncle Pervy. Going, hey, Nisha, let's go see the Billie Eilish show.
Yeah, and he's right up front,
You
So,
know,
what's an old
and then
man
maybe
doing up
Uncle
front?
Pervy gets a little grabby with Billy. Who knows?
Well, yeah, I don't know how old the guy was. It was a guy who did
Well, it
it.
doesn't say. It doesn't say.
Well, it's
They don't
I
say
saw it
anything.
elsewhere. It was a guy, and wow, stay away from the barricades. They're there for a reason because people are out of their freaking minds anymore.
Yeah, like I
So
say, it's a cool part of the show, but
yeah,
know,
Doc, yeah, you just can't do it.
yeah.
So hopefully she learned her lesson there. And what kind of creepy dude, is gonna go to a Billie Eilish concert and get his way up to the
Like I
front?
said, it's exactly a creepy dude. Yeah,
Hey,
that's who he is.
gosh, yeah. I hope he got bitch slapped. Well, and I think he might have because here I got an article here. Billy, apparently there was a fan that helped not detain the dude, but get the dude out of there. And it was a chick. And the headline here, again, from the good people at Enemy, Billie Eilish sends gifts to fan who defended her after violent barricade grab at Miami show. StubHub also gave the fan free pit tickets to another of the singer's Miami shows. So it says, while performing in Miami, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But security quickly intervened and dragged the assailant out of the arena, but not before another fan sporting a red bandana confronted him. The red bandana fan has since been identified as a woman named Ania, and footage of Ania intervening has gone viral. Fans have praised Ania as a hero and hailed her for defending Billie Eilish so fearlessly. And so, yeah, she got free pit tickets to another show in Miami by Eilish. And yeah, red bandana girl from last night's show rules, according to Eilish's brother Phineas. So yeah, there you go.
How cool is that to have a brother named Phineas?
Phineas. Some names are meant to be. Gosh, I heard one the other day that an old school name that just floored me. Oh, I couldn't remember. They're the best though. The
Oh
old
yeah.
old school names, from Greek days. I'm just yeah. Oh man, just like Hercules. Names like that. It's like real actual. Hey, my name's Hercules. Wow, dude, nice. But yeah. So there you go, man. Yeah, Billie Eilish, stay the hell out of the pit.
Yeah.
That's where the big guys go.
Yeah, leave that for the punk shows, and apparently, I guess I don't know.
Yeah, but shame on the dude. He should. Yeah, jeez. I'm sure he's been identified. I hope they I don't know.
What do I
That
think
should.
of? I thought saying like Uncle Pervy. I was thinking, remember the original Saturday Night Live when Buck Henry had a character like that, where
Yeah,
he'd
oh
come
my
in.
God.
I
Always
got
had the
some
long
candy
coat.
for you, girls. Yeah,
Oh
find
yeah.
it. Find where it is. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh.
Can you imagine that should be on TV today? Oh my
Oh
God.
my God. He was one of the main writers back then, I believe, too. Yeah. Yeah, he was out. Yeah. That show was so bad. Oh man. So yeah, there you go, Billie Eilish. Stay the hell out of that. And here's our basically becoming our weekly RIP.
Yeah.
And this is John Lodge. John Charles Lodge passed away the 10th of October, and he was the co-lead vocalist, songwriter, and one of the main guys for the Moody Blues, by golly, the Moody Blues. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I heard a lot of them growing up. Especially in the '70s. My gosh, like I said, two older sisters, brother, everybody, and of course it was the '70s. Wink, wink. So this provided great background music for all our crazy doings and ingestions and whatnot, if I may say,
Explorations.
explorations, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing heavy about him at all. It was, but it was great. I don't know. It was great background music to a part of my life. It was very cool. and I think they've all passed now. I believe the whole band is passed. And no,
Justin Hayward's still around? I haven't heard of him passing.
Justin Hayward. I don't know. Let me. You got a phone there? Or you,
I'm using my phone.
are you? Jeez. Well, let me see.
Coming to you live through my phone.
Justin Hayward. Let's see here. See what they give me. Oh, maybe he's still alive.
Yeah, I would think I'd have remembered if he'd passed, but sometimes every once in a while you get that. Like somebody passed and you just didn't hear. You know?
No, it looks like he's still in there. So he's the only remaining one then. I knew and there's more and more bands that are ending up with the last remaining member going, and it's just that's what
John Lodge, fairly fairly familiar name. I've heard his name. I've known about him. So, and Moody Blues, they kind of had their place. They had that. I don't know. I guess what you call them, classical. They weren't really prog. They were kind of pre-prog, kind of. They were like the early beginnings of prog, maybe, I guess, kind of bringing the classical aspect into it and stuff. So, they definitely had a real cool sound, and the perfect name for them, the Moody Blues. That describes their music perfectly, man. That's kind of
as we would call them, the Bloody Moos.
The Bloody
Moos, yes,
the Bloody Moos.
But yeah, they had some cool songs, "Ride My Seesaw," and a couple of good albums. Every Good Child Deserves Favor, and
In Search of the Lost
Chords. Yeah, those were the two main ones that I listened to back in the day. They
had hits into the 80s. I think actually their biggest hits were in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. They had that one.
Wildest Dreams, and
I keep remembering that video where
there's another one too.
They're getting pushed to the limo, and his long lost girlfriend is back there, and he can't get to her. It's like, just tell the crowd to get the hell out of the way and bring. It was a goofy video, but good song. You're right.
The videos back there were goofy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was crazy cool. But yeah, rest in peace, doggone it, dadgummit, gall darn it. And anyway, moving on again.
What did he pass from? Does it say?
Oh, I did not. I did not see that.
I don't know. I get it either.
Not sure. But anyway, here's some guys who ain't passed yet. That'd be Def Leopards. It's the Def Leopards. Yeah, and they got themselves a shiny new star. Woohoo! How about that? They received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Thursday, October 9th. Yeah, 5 days ago. Good for them. And it was attended by the entire band. Well, duh. And John Bon Jovi was among the speakers, honoring the multi-platinum UK rock act, telling the crowd of his friendship with Def Leppard. We hit it off immediately. Hanging out with Def Leppard singer Joe Elliott and the guys was like hanging out with my own band, but with a different accent. Right on, JBJ. Yeah, John Bon Jovi. Yeah. So there you go, man. The boys have got their, obviously in the music category, but hey, why not? Hollywood Walk of Fame. I always thought it was just basically for actors, but obviously they've got all sorts of different people there now. So
there's different symbols, for what you're in there for. Radio or music or whatever. Yeah, they got different ones. So every once in a while we bring it up if someone from the rock world's in there, and they're, which is kind of odd. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You think that this would precede that? It seems like that would be the ultimate, or I don't know. Or maybe they're just making up for it now or whatever, realizing they're lost. But whatever.
And then,
not a big Def Leppard guy, man. Not a big Def Leppard guy at all, man. High and Dry. I was right about. I was like about 15, 16 when that came out. All over it, man. Great album. And then Pyromania come out, and it's just like, okay, so we're going,
overproduced and whatnot.
Yeah, we're going this way, And I know they sold 1 billion freaking albums and everything. But
that's right, man. So you're on the losing ship, brother.
What I don't like about them too is lyrically. I mean, there's nothing. Their songs don't mean anything really. I mean, other than Photograph. I mean. It's just they just put words together that sound cool.
Pour some sugar on me when you need some love. Why? Why do you need sugar on you? Are you stanky? I'm just saying. Okay, shame on me for saying that.
Just because this is a nod and a wink kind of thing.
I
Pour some
shouldn't have said
sugar. I
that.
mean, yeah,
That
no,
was
just
terrible.
I don't know.
That was in any case, Joe Elliott, he says, from all of us up here, including founding guitarist Pete Willis and the late great guitarist Steve Clark, we all say to each other and every one of you, to our collective families, especially our parents who helped us get to where we are now, just simply to our incredibly loving fan base, 2 words. Thank you. That was it. Boom. But yeah, I think they needed, I'm sure they're nominated. They need either 35,000 or 35,000, $35,000 or 35,000 votes, or I don't know, something. They got some sort of weird
Right.
thing going on there to get you in it. So there you go. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's, is that JBJ right there? Or is that one of them?
No,
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 that's all of them?
that's Rick
5 of
Allen.
them?
Yeah, that's band. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Viv Campbell, Joe Elliott, Rick Allen, Rick Savage, and Phil Collins.
Phil Collins, he's probably really pissed off he can't bare his chest, 'cause
Right.
whenever you see him, so he never got his shirt on. He's got his
Showing 0%
muscular
body fat,
physique.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's probably, look, he's pissed. Yeah, son of a bitch made me wear a coat. Yeah.
That dude won't like even like have a Dorito, man, or something. I mean, he's just so freaking. Yeah, he's one of those guys. Yeah, whatever.
That's so insane. Yeah. But in any case, man, there you go. There you go. What a show. Every week now, I'm bummer IRP section, but it's happened. It happens, doggone it. And frickin' A, next week, who knows what's gonna happen? Each week brings on some really crazy cool stuff. So we'll see what happens next week. But for now, man, that's all I got to say. Why don't you take us home, Doc?
Yes, sir. Another week in the books, and see what next week brings. As always.
Yeah.
Before we go, though, let me share this little story with you. Earlier this week, I was doing my grocery shopping at the local Meyer store where I get my groceries.
Sure.
And you see the shirts I wear on the show and whatever, but I was wearing the Iggy Pop shirt. I have my Iggy Pop shirt. Yeah, sometimes I wear on the show. And a guy beelined across the produce section to come over and shake my hand. Dude, you never see anybody with an Iggy Pop shirt. Shaking my hand, he was just all excited. I mean, the way the guy was coming at me, too, I'm like, I didn't realize he was coming at me. I'm looking behind me. I'm like, what?
Ready to knock his ass out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And dude, so yeah, a little story there, but
cool, man. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so everybody else will have a good weekend, good week, and we'll see you next Tuesday with whatever the rock news is. Have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.